We will probably use the next two stories for a combined hot take, although they're not so much the same. They do sort of go along with the typical talk about, although it's still kind of early, for voting for upcoming elections. Now, a quicker election coming up very soon is for the governor of Ohio. And Vivek Ramaswamy, backed by Donald Trump, gets the GOP endorsement for the governor's race in that state. So, as expected, on Friday, the Republican Party endorsed officially biotech entrepreneur and former presidential campaign person Vivek Ramaswamy, and possibly, for a moment, a Doge contender, but jumped out before Doge got started in the 2026 gubernatorial race. So it's a while till we get there, a whole year or so, but he's got the nomination, he's got the endorsement of the Ohio Republican Party. So most likely when the primary happens, he'll get what's going to go forward. The endorsement was 60-3 in the vote there for locally, and locally for the timing because it's very, very early. He's 39 years old, a young guy. He would have been a very young president if he won. Of course, the backing of his former ally and former competitor in the president's race, Donald Trump. He is described as young, smart, strong, and smart. Those three words, not necessarily in that order. I guess I ruined the read on that one. This provides Ramaswamy a great path, a great runway to getting this a nomination and getting the actual win as governor for Ohio. He's got financial support, institutional support. Basically, people will line up behind him in the primary. He can still be primaried, if you will. Someone can still actually run for this spot, as other people were planning to do this for. Ramaswamy jumped in to get in this one. His main rival is Attorney General Dave Yost, who expressed disappointment for the early endorsement and is reassessing his campaign. Other ones are Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel and entrepreneur Heather Hill, who voiced concerns about the endorsement process. Basically, why so early? Ramaswamy is from Cincinnati, which blew my mind. And he's a native of Cincinnati and ran for president, of course, in 2024, endorsing Trump when he dropped out of the race and was going to be part of the administration, incensed by joining on with Elon Musk to do Doge stuff. Elon Musk apparently can do enough damage on his own. Ramaswamy went back to Ohio to work towards that governorship, to basically raise his platform, his profile, because he didn't want to just be a government lackey. He wanted an actual role in government, taking care of stuff. He proved to many folks that he had the chops to be maybe a vice president or maybe a possible president in the future. So maybe the governor's route and a few more years of political seasoning will get him to where he needs to be. Now, let's go to where she's not going to be, and that is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, she will still continue to cause havoc and chaos in the House, including her bill that got passed a few days ago for renaming, officially codifying the name in the United States for the Gulf of America over Gulf of Mexico. But what she won't be doing is taking on Jon Ossoff in the Senate. She won't be a Georgia senator this go round. She made an announcement on Friday as well. She's not running for the Senate seat in Georgia, although the big deal about Ossoff, the Democratic incumbent, is he seems to be one of the weaker shots in the Senate going forward in 2026, trying to make sure they can maintain their ownership of the Senate with their majority. Losing a Democratic seat is one way to maintain it by gaining, in a sense, because it mitigates what you may lose on the other side. In the statement posted on social media, Greene criticized the Senate as ineffective and resistant to pro-Trump grassroots changes, stating she prefers to fight with those committed to transformative changes. Basically battling with her brother, her sister group, the Senate, because both of them do different things, and she says House better than Senate. Your mileage may vary. It follows Brian Kemp, the governor, former governor of the state, saying, or the governor right now, about to lose his seat because of term limits, saying he's not running for the Senate seat either. What he's going to do later, maybe he's going straight to presidency. Maybe he's going to do private service. Maybe he's got other things going on, money coming in. We'll see. U.S. Representative Buddy Carter has declared his candidacy, and while other Republicans are in that sort of thick of things, Representatives Mike Collins and Rich McCormick are there and state officials as well, and Brad Ratzenberger and Tyler Harper, those guys, those names you may remember, may throw their name in the rack for the Senate seat. It's not going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene, who would basically take all the oxygen out of the room from the get-go as the most famous person and most likely person to get the biggest endorsement from the state. She expressed her satisfaction with the Senate structure. We talked about that, claiming that it really doesn't get stuff done and is not really trying to work Donald Trump's agenda. She, in the House, working very hard for Donald Trump's agenda going forward. Now, because she's not running for the Senate, she may actually try to run for governor. She may go back and take care of the whole state on its own as a governorship. We shall see no real rumblings of that one right now. The big thing is Ossoff is definitely vulnerable in the Senate, so they're trying to find a Republican to take that spot. No one's jumped onto it of note yet. Many names are out there, No one prominent to take over the limelight at the moment.